robots!
Hey there folks, Grimmy here with another We Dig Giant Robots review, and today we're going to be looking at ARM's Micron 01 Toys R Us Special Edition Optimus Prime with Shield Minicons. Now this is a special edition of the Japanese Optimus Prime, a special repaint you could say, or repaint pretty much, that comes with the 3 Shield Microns from the ARM's Micron weapons subline. Now looking at the packaging, we can see Optimus in his little window box here, and he's already looking pretty nice. And then we got these images of the Shield Microns, the Shield mode, and their individual weapon modes, along with Optimus and his other Micron, OP, which is gray this time instead of the dark blue that he was in the original version of ARM's Micron 01. And here you can see his weapon mode. On the side, we got a nice view of the Shield Microns, which I do not know any of their names, but they're pretty nice looking, and they're supposed to, I think they're supposed to homage like Prowl, Sea Spray, and I don't know exactly who else, sorry. But yeah, they're supposed to homage some Autobots with their head sculpts. And on the back here, we got a nice view of Optimus wielding all of his Microns and a few others. We got the Star Saber formation with Ratchet and Bumblebee's Microns, and I guess this would be the Skyboom shield. This Optimus also comes with the sword from the RID version, and on the bottom here you can actually see that all 4 of the Microns, Optimus, that sword, and his decal sheet are all in the box. And on this side here you got a view of the 3 Microns and the shield that they combine into. Now on the other side, yeah, I know there's a lot here. We got Optimus transforming, along with some text effects. And on the top we have a nice CGI of Big Guy himself. For a quick comparison, we're just going to put him next to the standard RID version of Optimus, since they are the same mold. And I know that this Optimus is a little dark inside the box, but you can actually see that there is a nice darker paint job, and the translucents are not blue this time, which I think is a good touch. But I think it's time enough to say goodbye to the packaging and look at the robots within. So, I'll be back in a sec. Alright, before we actually get a look at Optimus, I thought you guys might want to see his Microns. This version of Optimus, being a Toys R Us exclusive, actually comes with 4. The ARM's Micron 01 OP, who came with Optimus from the get-go. This time actually painted, molded in a like a grayish silver plastic instead of the somewhat metallic blue, and special versions of the 3 Microns that form the shield. This time being in like this really bright, almost translucent metallic gold, a copper or bronze, and a more standard gold. The usual Microns are usually in like yellow, no, red, gray, and blue. Yeah, they're red, gray, and blue. But you know, it's nice to have the set all at once. Now, you might not be into Microns or like model kits, but you know, these guys are pretty cool, and I think they're worth it. But that's something you'd have to look at yourself. So I'm going to get these guys assembled and decaled. Oh, speaking of, here's the decal sheet that comes with Optimus. You can see he's got all these chromey bits, which is nice, and there's a lot for the Microns as well. And they had to actually do a little addendum for these because they actually mixed up a couple names on the Who's Who. So they actually fixed it with this little addendum sheet. But anyway, I'm going to get these guys assembled and stickered up, and we'll take a look at them that way. Alright, now that we have these guys all built up, let's take a look at what we got. First is OP, who is a gray version of the standard Micron that comes with Optimus. But, you know, he's the guy that becomes Optimus's blaster, as you can see on the back. The decals are very subtle, but add a nice little bit of chrome to them. And in his spark crystal, focus. Okay, you can see an Autobot symbol, which is very nice. Yeah, but he's a nice little one. Also, we're getting the 3 Microns that become the Battle Shield or Skyboom Shield, whatever you want to call it. We have Pry, Sias, and Jays, who are supposed to be homages of Prowl, Sea Spray, and Jazz. And if you actually zoom in, you can actually see a little bit of it on their head sculpts. It's not the easiest thing to tell, but it's still pretty nice. Now, these guys don't have a lot in articulation. Like, OP's probably got the most. Actually, maybe Jay's. But yeah, these guys just don't have any real articulation points. Yeah, Jay's got, like, Sias has the most articulation. He has forward back on both his arms and legs, and they're individual, and he also has articulation in his cannon, so you can actually move that as well. And Jay's has a little bit on his feet, but just up and down on his legs, arms. But let's get these guys in their ult mode and see what those look like too. Their weapon modes are pretty nice. You got, like I said, OP, that's just a blaster. They're pretty basic, but looks very nice. And when we get to Optimus himself, we'll actually put this in his hand so you can see how that looks. Pry becomes a like a pole arm, or like a spear of some kind, with the 2 handles ready to go. And I guess I'll try to montage some pictures of Autobots holding these because I'm not going to put them in unless they're on Optimus, except in the shield mode. But yeah, we'll get some pictures of these guys in action too. Saya's becomes an axe. Nice, big, thick battle axe. Looks pretty good. And then we got Jay's, who becomes a lance. So this would be a nice little set. But best part is these three actually have a combination. And if you give me a sec, I'll actually show it to you. And now we got the battle shield, which is this nice little shield piece. And it's not much to say, it's a shield. You can see all three spark crystals right on the front. And it's a nice gold, bronze, and copper color. The AMW releases of these guys will be in blue, silver, and red. Oh yeah, it's red, silver, blue, sorry. But yeah, they'll be in different colors. So if you still want to get the AMW set, you can, and it'll still look different than this one. But all in all, this is a nice looking shield. And when we get to Optimus, I'll show you what it looks like in his hand. Okay, so speaking of, let's get to him. And now we got Optimus out of the box, opened up and ready to view. And right out of the box, he's unpainted. You know, no paint apps, no symbols, nothing. You know, just molded plastic. Okay, yeah, he has one paint app, the silver bit on his right here and here. Okay, so almost completely unpainted. But yeah, a lot less paint apps than the RID. But a nice thing is, let me get the nice version, nice side, that they corrected something when they molded the plastic. See that bit right here? Well, that's a definite improvement in plastic colors, because if we get Mr. RID Prime, take a look. See that big ugly chunk of gray right there? And notice how it's red to match the rest of the truck on the Micron version? Yep. That's the biggest improvement of this guy. Now, unfortunately, there is a little bit of mold flash on this side. Might be just mine, or might be on a few of them. I couldn't tell ya. But even with that, I'm pretty happy with this. I mean, this is definitely an improvement over the RID version in my book. And it's going to be nice to know how he goes from being a stickerless or paintless bit like this onto... Now that we got Optimus all decaled up, it's pretty clear that they don't add too much to the vehicle mode. All they really add are the headlights and the Autobot symbol on the front. But still, those are nice decals, very chromy, very reflective. So you can actually get a nice little bit of a shine out of them. And you know, like I said, it rolls pretty well. And it's kind of hard to say something that I haven't said already, I think. But yeah, I still like this a little bit better than this guy. So I guess we should just get him to robot mode and go from there. Much like we've seen in Optimus's vehicle mode, right out of the box he's unpainted, mostly. You got a couple little applications along his midsection and his face, but other than that there's no paint actually seen. Although in this case I don't think he really needs a lot of paint. I mean, he looks amazing right now. If you just look around from the side, you can see the arms Micron ports on his back and forearm sets, and his thighs that weren't there on the RID version. But yeah, even with those, he looks amazing. Quite impressive. Right, sitting next to the standard RID version, and the differences in color are night and day. This one has more of a darker color scheme, more reminiscent of the first edition line. Although this is obviously these guys are the same mold. The smoky gray plastic, translucent plastic, works a lot better than this blue all across his body. And I like the fact that they molded this piece here in red instead of the gray, because that goes a lot better with his show accuracy than the standard RID release. But getting him sideways, you can see where they added these little Micron ports right here and here, and on the back you can see that this guy doesn't have these two little ports right there. I know a lot of people aren't a fan of the added Micron ports, but I don't mind them so much with this, and I think the choice in molded plastic makes it well worthwhile. So I guess it's time to get this guy stickered up. Okay, and all stickered up, Optimus actually looks really good. The decals show pretty much better on the robot mode, although they're not as great as some other Arms Micron figures. First one up on the shoulder, you got this nice chromy Autobot symbol. And while this one does show on the vehicle mode, it is still not bad for robot mode. Only downside is that kind of upside down in vehicle mode, but I can live with that. The only other decals are on the shins, lower shins, these little chromy bits here, and the black on the feet. That's all decal there too. But other than that, it's all his plastic colors and what little paint job that he has available. For his accessories, as we saw, he has his Microns, the OP blaster, which is this nice little gun, and all honesty, I prefer this as opposed to this. I really do not like these mech-techy weapons that the RID figures are getting. So I'm very happy that this one comes with this Micron that becomes a very decent looking gun. And this actually just pops right onto his hand and looks pretty good. Now as you know, the other accessory is the battle shield Microns. Now I'm not going to go around putting all of the modes into his hands, that would take way too long. But I'll see about putting up a montage of all the individual Microns on like Autobots, just so you can see how they look. But yeah, as you can see, the battle shield looks pretty nice in his hands and helps to complete the look a good bit. He also includes the same sword that the RID version comes with, and thankfully enough, if you want to have him holding the Microns, you can just as easily store it on any one of those Micron ports on his back, which makes it very easy to keep track of all his accessories. That's one reason to be thankful for all the Micron ports. Now, his leg joints do seem a little loose, but you know, it's not like totally bad. Kind of loose, so he can still hold pretty nice poses. And very quickly, let's take a look at him with his RID counterpart. Now, as you can see, this is a much darker, much grittier version of Optimus Prime than the more child-friendly RID version. You know, he doesn't have all the same bright colors or anything like that. He's a much darker, much grittier, I guess, version. And he's actually pretty close to the first edition color scheme. Now, getting a look at those translucent fits together. I do like the smoky gray translucent plastic better than the blue, just because it doesn't stand out quite as much. You can still see the red through it, only a little bit, but it's still a lot nicer than that blue color that kind of sticks out like a sore thumb. But speaking of first edition Optimus, here is the Tokyo Toy Show translucent version of that Optimus for the first edition line. It's the only one I got right now. If I do get first edition, I might do a review on that and compare these two. But only time will tell. But anyway, yeah, it's a nice looking. I still like the first edition mold better than the RID version, but this one still looks a lot nicer than the standard RID Optimus Prime. So I'd highly recommend it. He's a bit pricey, but I think he's worthwhile. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this review, and I'll catch you another day. Yeah, take care.